Well, during February and March each year, we hold a stewardship season at All Saints when we review our financial giving to our church. One of the very special things about All Saints is that church members contribute to the life of our parish in a huge variety of ways, using their gifts and talents to serve our church family, our local community and beyond. Many of us give financially to All Saints too, and this stewardship season is an opportunity for me to recognise that fact and to thank each one of you for all you've given over the past year. This time last year we were facing a large financial deficit, some £10,000 or so, due to the challenges of COVID. Weekly collections on Sundays had dried up when our church building was closed for worship. Rental income from the hall dropped hugely as well, and we were in a challenging financial position. 12 months later, I'm glad to report that the situation has improved due to an increase in donations by members of our congregation and a substantial increase in letting income from the hall, the church, the reading room and the house that we own in Thornbank. So today, I'd like to thank each member of our church who has given financially over the past year, either on a regular basis or with one-off gifts. Your generosity has enabled us to remain solvent and to be able to look ahead with hope for the future. So what does the money that we give pay for? How do things work? Well, overall, we run a budget of around £120,000 a year, a large amount of money for a relatively small church to raise. All the money we raise comes from members of the congregation, around £70,000 a year, including gift aid, through rental incomes, that amounts to about £40,000 a year, and through money raised from activities such as the bonfire and our autumn fair. So the generous donations of congregation members really matters and will continue to do so as the years go by. So where does the money go, you might ask? How do we spend this income each year? Well, the biggest cost is what's called our parish share, around £80,000 per year, which we donate to the Guildford Diocesan Board of Finance. This pays for the cost of a full-time vicar and vicarage in this parish, for support of church schools and chaplaincies, aid for churches in poorer parts of the diocese, and support for poorer dioceses throughout the country. The remaining £40,000 goes on our day-to-day running costs, keeping our church and services open, paying for our invaluable administrator Trish, investment in our buildings, and support for mission agencies beyond our parish, 10% of our donated income and around £7,000 a year in real terms. So beyond the figures, what does that mean on a day-to-day basis? Well, it means that we keep our church open with services of worship taking place almost every day of the week. It means we're able to welcome children, young people and adults of all ages seeking to be the family of God in this place. It means we can reach out to our schools, to Dray Court, to the most vulnerable members of our community in a range of different ways. It means that we're increasingly becoming a hub for the wider community as the Montessori Nursery, Prologue Theatre Company and our toddler group and youth group and many others use our building each day of the week. It means we can offer significant community events such as the autumn fair, the bonfire and fireworks event and now the orchard project, which are a blessing to those who live nearby. It means we can celebrate Christmas and Easter and harvest and remembrance and a host of other festivals in a way that's relevant to our whole community. It means we can share the love of Jesus with those who are thirsting for the water that he alone can give. It's a hugely significant ministry and one which I'm privileged to lead. So today, most importantly, thank you again for all your financial gifts to All Saints over the past year. We couldn't have managed without you. Please continue to give, ideally in a regular and committed way, which allows us to budget responsibly for the present and for the future. If you're new to All Saints and haven't started giving financially, then I would encourage you to do so. Simply set up a standing order and fill in a gift aid form if you pay tax. Clearly, inflation is on the increase and our bills will go up accordingly in 2022. So if you're able to increase your giving, maybe in line with inflation, that would be a great blessing. And you may like to think about leaving a legacy to All Saints too. Legacies have sometimes enabled us to do significant things that we wouldn't otherwise have been able to do. And very finally, let's remember the words of this prayer from the Book of Chronicles. Yours, Lord, is the greatness, the power, the glory, the splendour and the majesty. All things come from you, and of your own do we give you.
Where did our income come from in 2021? The vast majority, some £70,000, came directly from the generosity of our congregation through planned giving. Roughly £40,000 came from rental income, including rental of the church, the hall, and 6 Thornbank. The remaining £10,000 or so being raised primarily from the efforts of people who work so hard to organise our events throughout the year. How is our giving distributed? This chart shows how our giving, excluding gift aid, is apportioned between those of us who donate through planned giving. Most of us who attend church regularly already give to All Saints. Combined, we give about £70,000 a year. That includes gift aid, recovered from HMRC. As the charts show, we do rely heavily on a very small number of people for a disproportionately large element of our giving. Just 3 people donate almost 25% of our total giving. If those of us who haven't yet given regularly started giving £5 a month, and those of us who do give increase their donation by just 5%, we might raise another £1,500 a year. That would be the equivalent of holding another fete each year. So please, if you've not yet committed to a regular donation through planned giving, please consider starting supporting the work of the church financially with whatever amount you feel able to give each month. Thank you.